I really need to get better at being on top of going over reviews for new support that gets announced for archetypes that I like. So I think I spent like a week after the new PK cards were announced, and then it's been 10 days since the new Melffy support came out. So all the information is out on the internet. I just want to put my take on it, and I need to get at this stuff much earlier. Um, so the support is really good. It's surprisingly good for what Melffy is. They got a new main deck, a new fusion, a new Xyz, a new really good spell card, and an okay trap card. Um, Going over the new Melffy Rabbies, plural. Um, it is a level 2 Earth Beast Tuner effect. It says you can only use one of the first and second effect of this card's name per turn, and only once that turn, so meaning you can only activate one or the other in a single turn. First effect is if your opponent normal or special summons a monster, which is kind of like the Melffy cost, you can special summon this card from your hand, then you can fusion summon one Melffy monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. So this is basically Phimena without losing Phimena, essentially. It's like if Phimena could use herself as the fusion material, which would have been insanely broken. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add a Melffy monster from your deck to your hand. Then if it is a normal monster, you can special summon any number of beast monsters from your hand. So what this is a really, really good going first or second card. It is turn 0 fusion, and then on your turn, it's kind of like a Rhoda plus Soul Charge, essentially, from the hand, which is insane. Because this is essentially now like a one card combo, quote unquote, for Melffy. Because like what you could do is normal Rabbies, search the normal monster, summon the normal monster, and whatever else you want to from hand. Overlay into Melffy of the Forest, search for the new spell card, add 4, end phase, summon all of them, which is really good. And then the fusion monster that you can summon, it's level 4, Beast Earth, 0 attack, 2500 defense, which is really kind of big. It needs a Melffy and a Beast. It says you can only use the first and second of... Basically, you can use each effect once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned, target an equal number of Melffy cards you control and the cards your opponent controls, return them to the hand. So just massive. Like it goes... You can do 1, 2, 3 cards depending on what you have on field. If your opponent normal or special summons a monster, or this card is targeted for an attack, the Melffy cost, target a beast in your grave, decrease its card's level by 2, and if you do, special summon that monster. So this says target a beast in your grave. So this kind of does a lot. So if you were to use Rabbi's effect, summon it from hand, and then fusion summon using like a Wally or a Puppy from your hand, your opponent summons a monster. You can go Excited Melffys, summon back the Wally, preferably the Wally, from your grave, or Kalantosa technically, which is also really good. Summon Wally, your opponent summons again. Wally bounces, summons Caddy and Puppy from deck. Puppy can get you into Kalantosa, which is a pop. Caddy can get you into Penny, which is a synchro summon for the Mary Melffys, which is another bounce. And then Mary on field, your opponent summons again, bounce to the extra deck. You can go for Joyous Melffy, or you can go for the new Xyz monster, which is kind of good for getting follow-up. So at most, that's a pop and a bounce, or 2 bounces, theoretically. New Xyz, Melffy God Mommy, which is a retrain of the first one. 2k defense, needs 3 or more level 2 beasts. You can also use the original, overlay it, transfer all materials. If this card is special summoned, add a Melffy spell or trap from deck or grave to hand. It's very important that it says special summoned because you can special summon this off of Merry Melffy's and then get the search effect because it was special summoned. Gains attack equal to the combined attack and defense of all Melffy monsters attached to it. So, what's a good one? I think Puppy is like 300 attack, 200 defense. Whatever it is, you add those two up, and then that becomes, or the God Mommy gains that. So if it's like 500 total, the God Mommy gains 500 attack, which can stack up pretty high. Detach 5 from this card, return all cards your opponent controls to the hand. You're probably not going to use that effect as much, but it's still a decent effect. This card, Melffy Statue Games, which I have heard is like red light, green light, which is very funny. You cannot special summon the turn you activate this card except Melffy monsters. So if you special summon anything, you can't activate this effect, which makes sense because the payoff is the effect is add up to 4 Melffy monsters with different names from your deck. Then it becomes the end phase of this turn. So then it's good that it says up to, because if somehow you draw like enough targets so you only have like 3, for example, you can just add those 3 and then it becomes end phase. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Target 2 Melffy's cards in your grave. Melffy cards in your graveyard. Add one of them to hand, and if you do, place the other on bottom. So that's really good for putting like Penny or Rabby back, adding back Rabbies plural, and then normal summoning Rabbies, adding the normal monster again, and then summoning, which is really actually pretty good for like follow-up. And then the trap card is kind of iffy. Target a Melffy on field or grave, return it to hand, then you can fusion summon a beast from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. This would have been much better as a quick play spell, because this lets you fusion summon Guardian Chimera, and then if this was a quick play spell, you get the Guardian Chimera effect because it was summoned off of a spell card. So it's unfortunate this was a trap card. If you control a Melffy Xyz monster, banish this card. Your Melffy monsters special summon from the extra deck are essentially towers, which is kind of cool, but probably not worth playing, honestly. I feel like I have a theory that you could actually play Chimera Fusion in this deck to actually warrant playing Guardian Chimera, because you need a beast to fusion summon with Chimera Fusion anyways. So this deck is just all beasts, and I think it might be worth testing. But yeah, overall, the support is really nice, and I'm super excited for when this stuff actually comes out. There's different variants you could do. You could just do pure, which is going to be really good. You could do a Primite version just because you get access to the normal monster really easy. There's obviously the Sprite version that you could do. These are all level 2s, so Sprite could potentially be also really good way to play the deck. The pure version is also probably going to be pretty good just because of the fact you can play Purge. You can play Purge in pure and also Primite, which is really neat. But yeah, I think that's just about all that I can cover for the new cards. These cards are just really good. I'm super excited for when this stuff comes out. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I'll see you guys later.